A question which has been asked here, and I don't like to answer, Ikhwan. You have so many questions on the WhatsApp. I'd like you to ask in the classes so everybody can benefit, and they can be recorded here so everybody can refer to the answers as well. So I apologize for the question that I didn't answer, because, as I say, I keep telling them to refer them to the class. One person asked the question, is it allowed for us to have joy and happiness if somebody who is a mubtadi', an innovator, dies? Do you understand the question? And do you not understand why was the question asked? Can anybody tell me? Because of? Because of Yusuf al-Qaradawi. طيب. He's asking me, even he mentioned that name. Am I allowed to be rejoicing because of the death of so and so? طيب. I have linked this because of the question is that, am I allowed to pay a visit to the person who is, corrupted? Okay. What about paying a visit to the person who is ill and he is mubtadi', an innovator? Now the innovation is of two types. One person who just makes an innovation between him and himself, and the other person who is an innovator and calls for his innovation. The second one, no, you don't pay him a visit because you're going to be fooling other people and misleading them. طيب, coming back to the question, basically we say, I'm just looking at the time, 8:15 now. Basically we say that rejoicing for, I'm not saying now about Qaradawi, I'm talking about rejoicing for the death of someone who's a disbeliever and enemy to Islam, not normal disbeliever. No, disbeliever who is a person who's always showing his enmity to Islam. He's always fighting the Muslims. He's always writing anti-Islamic books and all of that. Okay? So if he dies, a tyrant disbeliever, for example, or a person who is an innovator and calls it his innovation. Person who is spreading wal'iyadu billah innovations in front of before the people. And we have lots of proofs for this. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He had said in the Quran regarding the Battle of the Trench that it is because of the ni'mah from Allah Azza wa Jal that He had arsala junudan lam tarawha, arsala junudan lam tarawha. He had sent rih, that is wind, and also He sent soldiers. So He said, this is for you to rejoice. So when these people who are disbelievers had died, okay, this is for you to rejoice because these people, they came to kill you. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu arda, when the person whom the Prophet of Allah said that he is the leader of the Khawarij and the one who's going to kill him is the one who's upon the haqq, the one whose hand is cut off, okay, and he's got a little like nipple in the middle of his arm which is cut off, and that's called al-mukhdaj in Arabic. Okay, when he was killed, Ali ibn Abi Talib was asked, he asked even the people, go and look, is he amongst these people who killed from the Khawarij? So they didn't find him. He sent another one, didn't find him. He himself went to look, and he actually, there was so a pile of 4 or 5 people on top of each other, 4 people. He started taking the one, second, third, and he was the last one. As soon as he saw him, takbir, and he made sujood of shukr. So sujood of shukr for the death of what? A mubtada'. And we have a number of incidents where we find that the Prophet ﷺ had rejoiced because of the death of somebody who is a'udhu billah shaitan, or a person who is a mubtada'. Al-Imam Ahmad rahimahullah at his time, okay, he was asked regarding a person who is a mubtada', an innovator. He was asked, some people, they are happy because of the death of so and so. For verily, is that a sin? He said, well, this is the sunnah. Okay? If you don't want to be happy about something, how can you be happy any more than this? The death of somebody, which is, they asked him about the companions of Abi Du'ad. Abi Du'ad is the person who's from the Ahl al-Kalam, and he is a Mu'tazila, and he's the person who debated Imam Ahmad. So his students, when they died, so some of the Salafi followers of Imam Ahmad, they're rejoicing this. They're asking Imam Ahmad, are we sinned because we're rejoicing the death of these people? He said, no. Upon whom you're going to be rejoicing? Of course. The rejoicing is being made for this. So Now coming back. So if any person, he's known to be a mubtada, and he's calling for his bid'ah, such as music halal, riba halal, okay? If he says these things and he's actually, and also making coups against the tyrant Muslim leaders, okay? And he was the reason behind the shed blood of so many people because of this so-called Arabic Spring, okay? And also stretching his hand to the people of Rafida, okay? And belittling the difference between Ahl Sunnah and those Rafida. If it is the case, then yes, why not? And I remember our Sheikh Al-Halabi, may Allah have mercy upon him, when one of those people who was I could say he's an atheist, but pretends to be a Muslim, the one who does not believe in the qadar, does not believe, okay? I don't want to mention his name. This person, when he died, and even he was, this person, he was even being talked about by Sheikh Al-Albani at this time, when he read what he had said, this person is not Muslim. So when he died, because he's a person he used to go to the TV and invited by all these media, wal-iyadu billah. When he died, Sheikh Al-Halabi wrote an article rejoicing his death. Okay, rejoicing his death. But at the same time, we could be unhappy for the defeat or the death of a non-Muslim, but he's a good one. He's a helping one. So for example, the companions, they were sad because of the defeat that took place against the Romans. When the fire worshippers, the Persian, okay, they have won the Persian Empire against the Roman Byzantine Empire. Allah Azza wa sent a verse, Surah Al-Rum, غُلِبَتِ الروم ألف لام ميم غُلِبَتِ الروم في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون. And Allah gives like some sort of a commiseration to the believers. Don't worry, they've been defeated. They're gonna be victorious later on. After years, they're gonna be having the victory. Why? Because the people of the book. They are the people of the book. As for the other ones, they're fire worshippers. So here the Prophet of Allah, the companions, Abu Bakr, all of them were saddened because of the defeat of the Romans, the Byzantine Empire, when the Persian fire worshippers had defeated them. طيب. Coming back now,